Hey, it's your man Charlie P. We caught some more pips on EURCAD today. EURCAD it's officially my favorite pair. I've had other people tell me that. I've had people tell me it's my most traded pair. I'm saying it myself now. EURCAD is my favorite pair. I don't know why, for whatever reason, I see more setups on the EURCAD than any other pair, at least for right now. That could change. But anyway, enough of all of that. So we caught about 90 plus pips on one entry and 100 pips on another entry on the EURCAD on a triple top reversal this morning. So we're going to take a look at that. But before we jump into it, guys, let me shout out to HankoTrade. That is who I recommend that you use, especially if you're somebody who's trying to get a prop firm. You need money to buy those challenges. Get you a HankoTrade account. Go to the link in my description, sign up with that link, and get you a HankoTrade account and start making this money using my strategies. You know what I'm saying? But you only need $10 to deposit with HankoTrade. They got great customer service. Their spreads are really good. They have an account as well if you have up to $1,000 to put in that you get even better spreads. But yeah, everything payout wise has been great. Never have had a problem getting a payout from them. So I definitely recommend, like I said, check HankoTrade out for your personal account needs using the link in my description. But anyway, I'm gonna leave that in. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump into the video. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. So we're on the EURCAD. I just took a sell based off a triple formation on the 15-minute time frame. How I got to this point was I woke up mad because I saw that price had flew up from my angel dust setup that happened on Friday. And when the market opened back up, like they didn't give me the entry on Friday, like the entry actually came down at the very end of the day, right around this area. And then when the market opened back up, it flew down here, and that made me kind of uneasy where I was like, I don't know. Otherwise, I would have considered taking the trade in the Asian session, and it still ended up taking off where it was supposed to. So I still could have gotten in right around this area in Asian session during my at my entry point and caught all of this. So I'm mad about that. I woke up mad, but at the same time, I was like, it flew up so much in London. It seems like it's due for a really big retrace or possibly even a reversal. And also I noticed that on the 15-minute time frame, we were above, actually, let me back up. I'm sorry. On H1, we were above the overbought bands, and the Ehlers Fisher is also showing overbought. Whenever we get a sharp overbought situation like this where it flies up above the bands or even into the bands, this one went above them, so that's even better. But when that happens and then you go to M15 and you get a triple formation where this right here is a head and shoulders pattern, so you got the shoulder, the head, and then a second shoulder right here. And on a triple formation, you don't even have to wait on the formation to be broken. So if I would have drew a line here, I wasn't concerned with this formation having a candle close past it. Yes, price might retrace up and, you know, I could have gotten a better entry, but a lot of times with these triple formations, you want to get in after the first candle goes in your direction. So ideally I should have gotten in as soon as this first red candle closed going down to complete that triple formation, and I would have had about 5 or 6 pips of a better entry. I was still coming downstairs at that point, so I couldn't catch it. So we're in the trade now though. We've got our stop loss just above the wick that started our hopeful move to the downside. And going to H4, this is where we have our support slash, resistance was broken here in this area. We tested it as support. So my hope is that price will come back down and revisit that same area and possibly even break through it and continue down for a few days. but I'm trying to catch and see, because this could be a volatile move. Maybe it will, maybe it won't be, but I'm giving it move to room. This I just jacked that sentence all the way up. I'm giving it move to room. I'm giving it room to move this much. So I don't exactly expect it to move that much today, if I'm being honest with myself, but I do want to give it room to move that much because you never know. But that's the trade, triple formation reversal. So we'll check back in a few hours and see how things play out. All right, guys. So another update. We're getting close to the zone. I just want to go ahead and take this profit because I don't want to be greedy today. So I'm gonna go ahead and knock that out of here. So that puts us, let me go ahead and knock that out. So that puts us at, let's see, we got out about right here. It was about a 90. Let's see, from my bottom entry, that was like right here. So I'll say 91 pips on that one. And my top entry was right at 100 pips. So essentially I called 100 pips since, I mean, my top entry was there. So that's what I'm gonna say, a nice round 100. But I want to find another example of where this same setup happened before and show that to you. All right, I found two examples. I'm just gonna go over them super quick. One on USD CAD. This was back on November 3rd. We had price on H1. It was up in the bands, and then down here we see the Ehlers Fisher was above the 90 level, right? So then all I'm doing is I go to, and the other thing is this pattern right here. This is actually a really powerful pattern that I think you should take note of. When you have two doji candles in the bands like that, and you know, I don't know what to call them. I think it's an actual pattern. I need to look it up, that there's an actual name for this, but when they're of equal or almost equal size like that, man, that's a good reversal pattern. But anyway, go to 15-minute chart, go to the 15-minute chart. And this triple formation on the M15 chart is a little more difficult to spot. However, you have essentially 1, 2, and this whole cluster right here is 3 hits to the high. So that's your 1, 2, 3. That's your triple formation, and also it is overbought. And I failed to mention this prior. You need the divergence on this. It has to be divergent on M15. So if we go back to the EC trade that we just took, we see the divergence here as well on our head and shoulders formation. See, so that's very important, divergent. But let me go back to USD CAD. But you had that 1, 2, 3 situation right there. And then, like I told you, oops, crap. What was I on? November 3rd, right? Let me scroll back to November 3rd on you. All right, here we go. So on November 3rd, you had that 1, 2, 3. And then on the third one, this red candle right here where it broke the 10 EMA, that was the most clear cut bearish move where it was like, all right, yeah, we finna go down. So you would have taken the entry here, and of course you would have had a little bit of drawdown, not too big of a deal. You would have had about 13 pips of drawdown. But like you saw what I did on the EC trade, you put your stop loss a little bit above the high, because we don't expect it to come up that much. 9 times out of 10, it's not going to come back up there. So you would have been safe, a little scary maybe, but you would have been safe. And you could have caught that same day upwards of about 70 pips, close to 70 pips. But had you held the trade, say you were on a personal account or something like that, then, you know, this was that was 300 pips. If you hold that through the next day, I think I think that the EURCAD is definitely going to hit this zone today. Could have held the trade, just didn't feel like staying in it no more. And I think that it's a very good possibility that it's going to come down another 80 pips to where I had my TP set. So again, I was just wanting to take that profit, not be greedy today, and let that be what it is. But that's the example on USD CAD of the exact same the same triple top reversal move. There's another one I found on AJ. Hold on, where was it? This was kind of one, but that's kind of a triple top on the H1 though. Let me find the other one. I think it was in September. Yeah, here it is. All right, so here's one on AJ in September where you had price down in the H1 was down in the bands, in the oversold bands. We've got price up under the 10 level on this one. So September 28th, let's go to the M15 chart. Oops. Oh, I'm tripping the wrong way. Sorry, y'all. Here's your triple formation, a triple bottom. We have divergence, boom, versus here. Now, the divergence on this one is a little weird. So, all right, I'm glad I caught this. The divergence on this one actually goes from here to here, like this. Here's why. The triple formation, let me just delete this. The triple formation happened during the London session. So you could have said, here's 1, 2, and 3. This bullish candle right here that ended above the 10 EMA, you could have entered right there. However, the time that this happened was outside of at least my trading hours. I don't trade at this time of day. This happened at 4:30 in the morning, 4:30 Central Time. I don't trade anytime after like 3:45 a.m. If I'm trading London session, that's it for me. I'm done. So this entry happened outside of my trading hours. However, it came back in the New York session as soon as New York session started. So pretty much about somewhere in this area. This was about 6:45 a.m. And so I could have caught this, or if I would have missed that and came in at 7 a.m. and caught it right here and rode it. Oops, I don't know how I clicked that, and rode this up 100 plus pips. So essentially I would have had to have caught this in the beginning of the New York session. So my entry, and that's why I say the divergence started back here, because this made a really ugly head and shoulders where this ended up being like a shoulder here. This served as the head of that pattern, and then this was a little short, sharp second shoulder. So not the greatest example in the world as far as the trading times, but again, had you been somebody who's like, look, I'll trade at 4:30 in the morning, then yeah, you would have caught this entry right here. And then the whole situation is exactly like I'm saying it is, where you got the triple pattern, the triple formation, and you get in right after that. It closes going back in your direction. So those are your examples. Now what I'm finna do is go ahead and get me a little payout on my Forex funds, because as you see, I'm just gonna pop this good old email up here. It's time for your boy to take this money out the market. So for all y'all thinking I'm demo, but yes, I'm gonna go ahead and do this payout, man, and I'm gonna holler at y'all on the next one.